What's up, everybody? This is Scratch with the Xbox Ambassadors, and I got a video here for you. We're going to take a look at ReCore. I'm going to kind of give you an overview of the game, show you some gameplay, kind of explain some of the mechanics, give you a couple of tips and tricks, and we're going to kind of just walk you through that to give you just a little bit better of an idea of what the game is about, how it's played, and you know what to expect if you're gonna pick this game up. So, or if you were thinking about it. Before we get started, I just want to say, shout out to Hydro Skillet. Before we get started, I just want to say this game was provided to me by the Xbox Ambassadors team in exchange for my honest opinion, which of course I will give you, and then also, you know, to create videos and do this sort of like walkthrough stuff and give you guys some help and tips and tricks to show you. So we're gonna, without further ado, we'll just get started. So in the beginning here, you can see that you have like three different games that you can choose from. I have, you know, this one that I have like 4 hours and like 16 minutes in. It shows what I have unlocked and last time I played and that sort of stuff. So we're just going to jump right into that one because I have the most stuff unlocked and I can kind of give you a better overview of that. So we'll do that, and we're headed to the crawler. Okay, so this is an inventory transfer. So like as soon as I'm out in the world and collecting stuff, it automatically transfers everything into my inventory. So as you can see here, I have these things, which I'll explain what those are in just a minute. But every time I collect a bunch of stuff and I come back to this crawler, it's automatically put into my inventory or like stored in the bank. So I'll explain all of that in just a second. But what I want to talk about really first, this is the crawler. This is like my base of operations. And when you first start out the game, you're pretty much in the middle of this open world, and you have to make your way to here. So the very beginning is very, very linear. You have objectives, you know, that you just have to walk straight to and everything. And then once you get through that part, and that kind of includes like the tutorial sections and things like that, where it kind of explains what's going on. You get to this crawler, and then from here on out, it's kind of like an open world. So in the beginning, I think of, it reminds me of something like Lost Planet, where you're just, you know, kind of alone on a planet, wondering what's going on, and you're picking up some of the clues from the backstory, but you don't really know what happened yet, and that sort of stuff. And that's kind of how the story starts out, and then you just kind of unravel these things like as you play along. So that's actually pretty cool. I was a big fan of Lost Planet, and I like that this has that same sort of field. So fast forward to the beginning of the game, like the first hour or so, and you get here. And then the game turns into more like Borderlands, where it's a little bit more open world. You can explore. You can find these things called dungeons, and there's different types of dungeons. And then you can just kind of go explore them, as well as, you know, continue. Like I have Whisper in the Stand to go investigate the distress signal, which is my next main objective in the game. Or I can choose to just kind of explore and collect and unlock things and upgrade. So with that being said, we'll jump right in here to the start menu. So as you can see, my inventory is completely empty. I have no crafting materials. I don't have any cores. I don't have any quests down at the bottom. And pretty much everything is blank, because all of that stuff was taken away when I entered the crawler, because that's it's like in my bank. I have that stuff when I go to do crafting and upgrading and things like that, which we'll get to. So move over here to the right, we have objectives. So you can see I have these different objectives. I have to restore power to Pylon 512, which I already did, and then it kind of tells me what I need to do next there. No spoilers, that's kind of in the beginning of the game, so it shouldn't be too bad. The hunting challenges are, right now I just have destroy 9 red canines and 9 blue canines, which that's just a challenge to do. And then over here you can see where it says display blueprints, and these are my upgrades. So this is what I'm collecting stuff for. If I look at one, you can see I need sturdy canine pads, sturdy AP3 gaskets, 30 pistons, and then 15 blue fusion cores. And then I can craft those and then actually put that on my dog, Mac. So that's pretty much what that is, and you get the different blueprints for the different upgrades for your core bots or your bots that you have. So that's kind of cool. Next I have, press start on accident. All right, next I have the crew. So right now it's just me and Mac, and you can see Mac is blue. He looks a little different than he does in the beginning of the game, and a whole lot different than he does like on all the box art and cover art, and that's because I crafted this stuff and gave to him, which I'll get in just a second. After that, we have logs. These are audio logs that I've picked up, and you can listen to these and look at these to get more story. We have bestiary, so you can look at some of the different beasts. These are COREBOTs, and then there's COREBOTs. If I could... something happened with my controller there. There we go. Okay. Anyways, these are COREBOTs. We have rogue COREBOTs. There's the dog. That's the dog. There's the devil dog, the pathfinder, weavers, comets, sappers. And there's these weird unique ones like Iron Fang, Skullcracker, and Dire Worm. These are all the things that I've encountered so far. And then we have Jules notes, where it kind of just basically goes through the how-to in the game. So like lock on targeting, you have dash moves, jumping, all that stuff. If we jump over here to the map, right now I'm in the crawler, so you can't really see anything except right there. But if I press X, I am out here on Far Eden, and this is the whole map of the game here. As you can see, I haven't unlocked a whole lot of it. But as you walk near things, like here is a supply cache that I didn't get. There's a Lonely Basin dungeon. There's... Or wait, no wait. That's just a regular dungeon. Oh no, I can fast travel to that. The dungeons are these right here. The Brood Hive, Pylon 512, there's a Crucible, and then this is like a super hard one, Tyrant's Forge. You can see there's requirements for them, like I have to have 9 prismatic cores, got to be level 25, or I'm sorry, 75 of those cores, and level 25, and then it tells me what types of treasures are in all of these. And they basically just kind of pop up on the map as I explore and go through them. So we'll venture out there in just a second. Okay, and then the last thing, of course, we have are the options. So you got video, audio, gameplay. You guys know what all that stuff is about. Return to the title screen, that sort of thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to jump in here. The only things in here are this fast travel. We can talk to Violet there. And we can fast travel. And then we have the crafting on the workbench right here. So this is where we're going to do all of our upgrades. So I'm just going to jump into this real quick, and I'll give you a quick look at that. So we've got research blueprints, where I only have one type of frame. The frame is like the dog frame, and if I get different bots or whatever, they have different what they call frames. This is a canine frame, which of course what Mac is. And then here are all my blueprints. You know, blueprints for the head, blueprints for the forelegs. The X indicates that I can't craft them. Like I could craft this one, and I guess I'll just do it for the sake of the video, but it shows all the part stats and things like that. So I can track it. So if I want to make sure that that's what's tracked in my screen while I'm out and about, so I can collect parts and see when I can build it and then come back right away. So I'm just going to hit track blueprint on that one, and then I'm just going to build this one because I can. So we'll research that, spend the required materials to research, and the required materials are over here like above my head, like they're probably in the way. But that's what I need. Worn canine stabilizers. It shows how many I have, and then of course I can just research it. I'll say yes, and it's researched. So there it is. Now if we go back out here, we can go to COREBOTs, and of course right now I only have Mac to choose from, so I'll pick him, and I can choose to equip, you know, different legs on him if I want. I have, I guess, these 3 built. It shows me that, you know, one is gonna like drop my stats, the other one is gonna drop them. So, and then alternatively, it shows if the stats are gonna go up. So I don't have to really compare all the numbers of what I have built. I can just look at it. So that's kind of cool. Right now I have the most powerful stuff on. So I'm going to just save that loadout. And then we're going to go back here. And then we have the core fusion. So like Mac has a core. That's his like life. So if I click on that. Now Mac is level 14. And these are all of his stats over here. And then I can use those cores. Like I have 69 red cores, 800 yellow cores, and then 94 blue cores, and you can see they have like a white mark on them, and that's for colorblind assistance, which I thought was really good Really good thing. Nice catch on attention to detail there to include colorblind people for, you know, keeping track of the colors here. So that's why you see the symbol looks a little different. But I can basically add these cores until I run out. Like right now I'm at 0, and then that will make Max's attack go up higher. Right now at level 14, the max I can go is 158, but I'll probably max that up higher before I max up my level. But you always want to make sure that you're using these cores to upgrade. But also to keep in mind that for making things, sometimes you need cores to research stuff. So if I press B to exit, it's going to ask me if I want to accept that change, which of course I'm going to there. And then we're going to back out, and that's Core Fusion. And then of course the stash just kind of shows what I have. Now I can pick these, like these worn rivets, and I can combine them. I guess I have to have, for every 3 that I combine, I get a sturdy rivet for all of the worn rivets. So 3 sturdy rivets equals 1 worn rivet, and I probably have enough to do here. And then if I combine them, 3 of them are going to make a pristine rivet, which that'll be higher level. I'm not there yet, but I have a pristine rivet, I guess, because of the sake of this video. So item conversion, I can also do a split if I want to, and I can make it go back down to 3 sturdy rivets if I wanted to. So that's kind of a cool with the crafting. I was pretty excited about that because if you make decisions, you know, to upgrade, and then you're like, crap, I wish I had some of the smaller stuff because I need it for this item I want, you don't really lose it. You can basically just kind of store it all in here. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's get out of here and let's go hit the world. We're going to check out a dungeon. Okay, so to leave here, I'm going to jump over here and I'm going to talk to Violet.
What's up, Violet?
Violet is like your fast travel manager, I guess. She brings up the map here, and you can see I have all this stuff. So I'm going to pick to go to the Brood Hive. So it's a requirement that I have 4 prismatic cores, which are like special cores that you get. You have to be level 5 to get it. And then the treasures are, there's 2 prismatic cores in there. There's 10 boxes, 10 treasures basically, and then 1 health upgrade, of which I've already gotten. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about these, and then I'll show you the gameplay stuff when we get in here. So, okay, so here I am. I'm in the dungeon. I fast traveled in here. When you're in the dungeon, think of the dungeon as kind of like, it's kind of like a separate mission, I would say. You have to complete dungeons in a certain amount of time for a bonus. You have to complete, find all of, different switches in the dungeons. And then there's like a yellow key that you find in the dungeon. And you have to complete all of these secondary objectives. And then depending on how many objectives you complete, that is how many treasures will be unlocked. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. But that's how many treasures are going to be unlocked when you get to the end of the dungeon. Now, there's a couple different types of dungeons. There's battle or like arena type dungeons, which is basically like horde mode. There's this one, which is almost like a little exploration version of a dungeon. And then there's traversal dungeons where you have to you don't really fight anybody. You just have to make it through quick. Think like Steinecken actually told me it kind of reminded him of like a Crash Bandicoot sort of gameplay, like where you're trying to race towards the end and just keep jumping and agility and that sort of stuff. So that's what we're after here. So as soon as I walk through this threshold, the secondary objectives start. So I am going to just kill these guys, and then we're going to jump over here and we're going to look at the objective. So right now I have complete the dungeon within the time limit, find the hidden yellow key, find and activate all of the 8 flying switches that are hidden in the dungeon, and complete all 3 objectives in one run for a special reward. Now, I will tell you that when you're playing these, you're going to want to make sure that you just don't die, because that can sort of set you way back. If you die, the amount of time to respawn and that sort of stuff, you're not going to make it, for the time limit. So you get more than one shot at this. However, if you finish the dungeon, every time you come back into the dungeon, you get another shot at it. It's just on the particular run, you might have to start it over, you know, like if you were to die, you know, simply because you're not going to be able to complete all of the objectives at once and get that special reward for doing them all in one run. But if you do die, you can just kind of play through and get some of them. I take the time to explore, figure out where the flying switches are, figure out where the key is, you know, and that sort of thing. But those are the secondary objectives that you're going to find in dungeons, and this is where it kind of explains to you what you're going to need to do. So you guys probably want to see some gameplay, so I'll shut up and we'll get to it, I promise. All right. Here we go. So the first thing is I have this special. If I hold the RB button, I can shoot, and then that blows up and kills everybody. If I press the directional pad here, I can turn, you know, you can see I'm red now, and white, and red, and white. If I go to red, I can hit these switches. And then red is better for red enemies. And then, of course, when I get further in the game, I can also, you know, get yellow and blue and that sort of thing. So if I do the charge shot, it's good to really clear out the enemies because it creates like a little explosion. That's kind of like your grenade. I have this dash, and I also, I guess for my first tip, is I recommend using an elite controller and mapping the buttons to the paddles so that you can dash. Because what I'm going to want to do here, I have an instant extract, but I'll get to those in a second. Instant extract means I can just shoot and I can pull the core out right away. So anytime you see instant extract, you're gonna want to try to pull the core out. So let me kill some of these guys here, and I'll get them down a little bit. Okay, now it says, okay, my dog killed him. Okay, thanks, Mac. Trying to show these guys this stuff. Okay, so what we do is we're gonna weaken them because we don't have instant extract. So we're gonna weaken them, and you want to keep moving, and you want to keep dashing, and avoid all of their attacks and that sort of thing until it says extract. Once it says extract, you want to click the right stick, and then you're in this tug of war. If it's red, you don't want to pull back on it. But all you do is just pull down. If it's red, you don't want to keep holding it. You want to let off it and pull back because it'll snap and it'll fail. But that's essentially how it works. And there's a lot going on to try to explain. Instant extract, as soon as I just click, it pulls it right out and they explode like a grenade. And then damage nearby enemies. So I'm going to break the shield. I'm going to get to the extract. I'm going to click. And then, pull back on it, and it works. So the lower they are in health, the easier it is to kind of go into that tug of war mode. I know it was difficult for me to kind of play and tell you. So basically, you're going to click the thumbstick to grab a hold of it with your extractor, and then you're just going to pull back on the. You're just going to pull back or down. You know, pull down on the right thumbstick, and when it turns red, you want to let go of it, and then start pulling it again, and just kind of think of like a heave-ho sort of like tug-of-war situation. And that's what we're after. So if I don't quit talking and don't hurry up, we're not going to make it to the end here. Here's another switch. I guess I already got that one. Oh yeah, I have 2 of 8 switches. There's another switch. Oh, and I forgot a switch out here. So I have 4 switches right here in the beginning. Maybe I'll just do this as a walkthrough, maybe. So then right here, I want to get ready for these guys. You can see that gets my combo up pretty good. And I try to dash a lot because you're gonna want to dash because it makes you go quicker. You can dash once, and then if you jump, you can dash again. So you get 2 dashes and 2 dashes and 2 jumps. But you can jump twice in a row, but you can't dash twice in a row in the air. So I'll explain that in just a second when we get here. That's down the road a little bit, so we're just gonna take out these guys here, get another switch. Now I have to shoot that switch with the red in order for it to count. But here we go. Let's get down here, and then we're gonna have our first like kind of like puzzle area. but I'm gonna get out here and instant extract, you can see, killed everybody there. So because it's kind of like I said, like a grenade. So it's red, so I let go, and then I just hold it down until I rip that core out, and I killed that one. And then I'm just gonna, this one I'm just gonna destroy. I'm not gonna extract it, because you'll see that it collects. I can collect parts from them because I'll need those parts too, like those. I just got worn magnets or whatever. So I'm gonna need to kind of like, that's a good tip also. You want to kind of like, 50-50, or kind of split it between which ones you extract cores from and which ones you're going to just destroy completely and get materials from. So this switch right here is going to allow me to get to the next part right here. These ones are a little tricky, but we're going to give in the dash jump, which is going to show you like dash, jump, jump, dash. This was another Steineken trick that he explained on Twitter, I noticed. So dash, jump, jump, dash is going to get you across some huge gaps. I'm probably not going to make it here. Yes, I do. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to dash, jump, jump, dash, and you can see how far I can get here. And then we go like this, dash, jump, jump, dash, dash, jump, jump, dash. Okay. And then right there's my yellow key. I almost lost it there. Okay, so there's my yellow key, and I'm still kind of strapped for time here. But there is my other switch, so I have 6 switches. And then we need to make our way down here. I'm trying to hurry. I'm probably not going to make it in the 2 minutes, but... So when I do this one... See, that dash, jump, jump, dash is killer. Okay. So there's my other switch. These guys are going to come over here, and I'm going to shoot them like that. Because they explode and kill me, which is really difficult. This is where I died, actually, when I was doing it. And then my last switch, I think, is on this side. Right there. So I have 8 of 8 switches, and then I need to hurry. I have 1 minute and 38 seconds to do this. So what for this guy, I'm going to want to hit him with charge shots, just because he's kind of a pain. And we'll just shoot quickly. I think I got it. Come on, did I get it? I think I got it. Okay, so I finished, and I think I finished in the time limit. This is all in one shot, so that was really awesome. So I got that one, which I already got, and these are for completing each objective. Opens these, and then because I did it in the time limit and got all the objectives, I opened this middle one, which I've actually never gotten before. So let's see what's in it. That's pretty cool. I got a blueprint for an iron tusk and a head, so that's kind of cool. Must be pretty valuable. And then I got something else in here for collecting all of the switches.
This ought to be good.
And I got a blueprint. Okay. Cool. And now these other two are similar type stuff, blueprints or whatever, but because I've already got them on a previous run, it's just material. So you can see the difference. Now if I play this again, I can run through this again, except if I did the exact same run again, they all would be material. Instead of having those blueprints and things like that. So then I can come down here and I get more materials. Just like so. There was a prismatic core that was in here that I got in my first time through. And then I'm just going to select all this stuff while I'm in here. So this is basically just like the treasure room at the end of the dungeon. And then once we're all done, we can go through here and we can return to the entrance. So if I wanted to, I could restart the dungeon, like if I died or whatever, like I was talking to. Or I could just exit to the overworld, which I'll just do that because I'm already far enough. Okay, so I exited to the overworld and I'm here and I can just kind of make my way out. And then if I want to check the map, I can kind of see where I'm at. And if I wanted to, I believe I can fast travel. I can press Y to return to the crawler from here without fast traveling. So I'm just going to press Y and return to the crawler. So I'll say yes. Okay, and so we're back in the crawler, and as you can see, the inventory that I picked up from the dungeon run is now being transferred over into... Wow, I've got 910 yellow. That's amazing. Is being transferred over into my inventory, and then I can jump back over here to the workbench, and I can go through and I can research blueprints that I found if I have enough materials and, you know, do all that stuff. I'm actually going to go through here and go to the Core Fusion and upgrade Mac a little bit. But that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to answer it. I am going to be streaming this game over on beam.pro/SCRTCH. That's my new Beam channel that I kicked off not too long ago. And there will be a link to that in the description if you want to check it out. And if you're not sure what an ambassador is or what I was even talking about when I first started, I also have a link down in the description for that as well. So be sure to check them out and join us. That would be super cool if you did that. But I'll have links to all that stuff so you can find out how to become an ambassador yourself. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, comments, anything, you know, please leave one down below. I do appreciate you watching these videos. And hopefully they help you out, and I will see you next time. Thanks.